All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? Listen, we talk about what the culture is talking about, and right now the biggest interview of 2019 is to The Breakfast Club with their Soulja Boy interview that is going viral. It's going to be one of the most viewed videos on YouTube today. It's a big moment in the culture, and it's funny to me, right? Because I watch a lot of interviews. Usually when The Breakfast Club gets one of these viral moments, it's because they get an exclusive interview with somebody who doesn't do a lot of press, and they're just doing The Breakfast Club because their platform is super big. But it's actually the complete opposite with Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy does interviews all the time, and it's just crazy to me to think how big and how popping this platform is in The Breakfast Club. When they sit down with an artist or a talent, it just feels like a family reunion. And when people joke to me and they be like, or people claim that The Breakfast Club is not the biggest media outlet anymore, or Joe Budden's podcast has surpassed The Breakfast Club, man, cut it out, man. Cut it out. The culture still lives at The Breakfast Club, I'm just being honest. And I love Joe's podcast or Hot 97 or Everyday Struggle. I don't watch that as much, but listen, all fixtures in the game, no one's even close to The Breakfast Club. And that Soulja Boy interview is pretty much evidence, right? So Soulja Boy does this interview with The Breakfast Club. Let's go through a couple of the highlights. I do have some remarks. People have been asking me what were my remarks on this interview. I'll give it to you in a second. So let's go through some of these standout moments in this interview, right? So Tyga, we obviously know the viral moment that happened a couple of days when Soulja Boy said, Tyga, the biggest comeback of 2018? So Soulja Boy, it looks like he actually respects Tyga. He said, I love Tyga. I can't wait to do a record with him. But at the same time, you ain't had no biggest comeback, bruh. All right, let's keep it moving, all right? Let's keep it moving to some other things that I think are very valuable to this, to Soulja Boy's legacy. He believes all record labels owe him, all right? He said, look, they say I killed hip-hop, and now they doing exactly like I did and being shunned upon. I'm the reason y'all doing this. He's talking to The Breakfast Club right now. He's like, I'm the reason why y'all, all these artists have social media. Y'all should thank me. Every artist in the game, all y'all record labels, y'all owe me 5%, bro. Y'all gonna respect it, all right? Now, you're gonna hear me throughout this video say, he's kind of right, a lot, all right? And this is the first time you hear me say it. He's kind of right. Now, do I believe all record labels owe him 5%? No. But did Soulja Boy kind of create everything we do nowadays? Yeah, he kind of did. If you look back to 2007, I'm a Crank That Baby, right? First, I don't dance, but I came up in that era. Like, this is when we was like in the 7th or 8th grade, so we was on the internet when Crank That got popping. And I remember Soulja Boy. Even before Crank That, he was on BearShare, LimeWire, Frostwire, getting his music popping, doing little skits and shit like that. Where we've seen music go today. She's a damn doodle head. All those records like Crank That Baby and Ape, all that stuff, man. Soulja Boy was doing that a while back. I remember all of the records, bro. I remember all of it. Fast forward to Crank That gets popping. Man, we weren't on YouTube. Fam, get out of here. We were not on YouTube. I remember what was popping at the time. It was like a Yahoo Music. We was still like MySpace was the thing at the time. We was listening. A lot of us was listening to our music off like MySpace. We was still popping with the ringtones at the time. Like, fam, 106 in Park was still a thing. We were not on YouTube. Don't lie. Just don't lie. We were not on YouTube when Crank That got going. And then when Crank That popped off, we was like, oh crap, we can go watch this video. Like, when we want to learn to dance, we can watch the dance online on YouTube. He started that. And then, like, after Crank That Soulja Boy happened, we got the Batman. So all these kids start looking at these moments happen on the internet. These people create dances so they could learn to dance, and these videos accrued millions upon hundreds of millions of views. And now fast forward, I make money off YouTube, all right? I was influenced by Soulja Boy's genius. We were not thinking about this before he did it. And he was one of the people, speaking of YouTube, Soulja Boy was one of the first people doing the vlog and shit. So, upon first watching the interview, you could be like, yo, is he disrespecting The Breakfast Club, saying I'm the reason why y'all do this? He really ain't. Now, did dude create video interviews? No. But he did, to a degree, create this need for content. Soulja Boy was one of the first to create this need for content, this desire to want to see daily content. He was way ahead of the game on that. He does deserve credit. The Migos, all this talk is if the Migos are the biggest rap group of all time, they're definitely the biggest rap group of this decade. And Soulja Boy's like, yo, I was the first to bring the Migos out to LA. He was like, look, during the Versace single, I flew them to LA. I was the first rapper to flew them to LA. They stayed in my house, all right? I was in the Versace video. Drake wasn't even there. He was on the song, but Drake ain't even show up. I love the Migos. They tell you that because obviously back in 2016, Soulja Boy had a public beef with Quavo over Lil Yachty and all that, and the Migos, and Sean Kingston got involved. Soulja Boy said, they tell you that shit. The Migos, the beat, Versace, that was my beat. Now, I don't know about that. He said, that was my beat. Go on YouTube and type in Soulja Boy Teach Me How to Swag Part 2. It got 3-4 million views on the same beat. Zaytoven gave us the same beat. That's how me and Migos meant. That sounds like it was Zaytoven's beat, not Soulja Boy's. But I get what Big Draco was trying to say. But just go do your research, though. I'm not saying Soulja Boy was the first person around the Migos. But listen, y'all. He's got a point. He was one of the first. Not saying he was the first, but he was. Go look back. When the Migos were trying to come up. Trust me, I interviewed the Migos around that time. He got a point. Soulja Boy was one of the first co-stamps that the Migos had when they were trying to come up. Speaking of Drake, I just brought him up. Yo, when asked about Drake in the interview, he said, Drake, the nigga that got bodied by Pusha T, he be bodying that. He said, the nigga that's hiding his kid from the world, but the world want to hide from, whatever. I'm sick of that line. He said, y'all niggas better stop playing with me. Stop playing with me like I ain't teach Drake everything he knows. He copied my whole fucking flow, word for word, bar for bar. Now, he's talking about Drake's record. What was that? Miss Me? When Drake goes like this, tell me what's really going on. Drizzy back up in this. What's happening? Soulja Boy does have a record. Just like that. When he's saying pretty much the same lines. Soulja Boy back up in this thing again. What's happening? Yo, once again, he got a point, y'all. I'm just saying, I'm just stating the facts right now in this interview. Kanye West. Speaking of people that Soulja Boy is claiming that he had a huge influence on, he's even saying he had an influence on Kanye West. He said, I'm younger than you. I'm fly than you, nigga. You crying on Twitter every week about Drake. You gotta stop that shit, bro. You look lame, bro. You look cap. You up here supporting Trump and shit, bro. You support Trump. What the fuck wrong with you, bro? That shit's not right. Hey, once again, man, Big Draco got a point. He got another point. Yo, Kanye do look lame online. And I'm sure Soulja Boy has had an influence on Kanye West. I know that sounds unfathomable. Fam, Soulja Boy is very impactful. Let's go to Tekashi 6ix9ine. Soulja Boy even is taking credit for all the trolling that Tekashi does. This dude want credit for everything. He's even taking credit for the negative. Soulja Boy, when asked about Tekashi 6ix9ine, he said he got all that shit from me when I was beefing with Chris Brown and the Migos and Shia LaBeouf and everybody in the industry. 6ix9ine came out and just did the same thing I did. Now he's sitting in jail looking crazy, bruh. But I know how to move. I thought he knew what he was doing. I think that's very important, by the way. He said, I would never wish jail on no man. I wouldn't wish that on nobody, bruh. Nigga can't be with his family, his kids, all that money he's missing. You know how much money he's missing? I don't think y'all understand how much money 6ix9ine is losing right now. So it's like, I wouldn't wish that on nobody, but at the same time, I'm not impressed. Because, nigga, all you did is what I did. But you ain't even do it right because you in jail right now. Oh, my goodness. This interview is absolute gold, and it is a classic, debit, and will be treated as such. Soulja Boy, by the way, I have been told that Soulja Boy has watched a video or two of mine. I'm not gonna say he's a subscriber, but he's been on my YouTube before. That I've been told that by somebody who would know. So if this video get back to him, I wouldn't be surprised. Listen, man, one thing I didn't like about the interview is when they brought up drugs. I think Charlamagne might have brought it up early in the interview. I don't like how Soulja Boy brushed over that, because on a serious note, like, none of us are stupid, fam. I don't know what Soulja Boy was on heavy. I'm guessing lean. He's brought that up before, right? I wish he would have brought up what he's been battling with, because I mean, he's doing like I don't watch reality television, but he's doing like a marriage counseling or some shit, boot camp or some shit like that. He brought up. I didn't even know that. And he brought up how he, you know, on the show, I guess he was coping with depression, right? And had thoughts of suicide. And I do think it would have been valuable, Soulja Boy talking about all this influence that he has on the culture and what he's done. Shit, talk about the positive. I do think it would have been kind of valuable if the nigga would have at least said, yo, this is why I felt like I was depressed, or this is why I felt like I didn't want to be here anymore. I was on the lean. All right, the same week that Future came out and said he quit lean, one of the rappers that talks about that the most, I think it would have been dope for Soulja Boy to tell us what the if not lean, what else the hell you been on? Because he denied using cocaine in the video. If he ain't do coke, good, but you been on something over the years, Soulja Boy. The way he's geeked and how old that nigga looks, he's like 28, fam. Go watch the interview. Bruh looks nothing short of 48. And I'm being honest about that. You know, he blamed it on a car accident, I believe, the other day. But nah, fam, it's more than that. Nope. But in regards to credit, Soulja Boy deserves a lot of it. Also in the interview, he brought up Chris Brown, Lil Yachty, working with some younger artists. I mean, the interview is absolutely gold. And if you have time, it's about 50 minutes. Go check that bad boy out. It's going to be one of the Breakfast Club's top 10 this year for sure. And we're only 16 days into the calendar year. Salute to Soulja Boy and everybody that he dissed this morning, because he was on a rampage. He had some shit to get off his chest, and he knew this was the platform to do it because he's super smart, and boy did he do it. All right, I leave y'all with this about Soulja Boy. One of the smartest minds of this generation when his head is on straight. Overlook all the bullshit. I'm dead serious about this. And look at what dude has helped give the culture and how ahead of the curve that he's been. I ain't buying this freaking video game because I think that shit might blow up my damn TV. But look at how ahead of the curve he's on. Think about if he was thinking straight. There's no way people should be making money off Twitch without the influence of Soulja Boy. He was one of the first ones making video games cool. Like in the culture, not video games overall cool, but he was bringing video games back to hip hop. Wasn't a lot of dudes doing that. It wasn't cool to do that like 7, 8, 9 years ago. Just being honest. And I'm not talking about 2K. Niggas play 2K. I'm talking about real video games, all right? Storyline driven, story mode driven video games. Dude just deserves his credit, man. And I wish Soulja Boy realized he's part of the reason why he doesn't get credit his damn self as well, because of some of the antics and the way he falls off every so often, every few months. Like, he's gonna have a moment right now. He's got a nice little record called Hit My Line that I actually like. It's a little bop. But what's gonna happen 6 months from now when the trolling is cooled down? When niggas are trolled out of Soulja Boy, are tired of him trolling? Can he have music that'll sustain and keep him going? We'll see. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. Big Draco in the house. Woo! Soulja Boy said, put some respect on my Draco. I feel you, big Soulja Boy. I ain't mad at your family. Mr. Telaferro, the nigga that's giving y'all all this quality content first, him? I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
All the kids, they are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Telaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Telaferro.
You're watching Mr. Telaferro TV.
Mr. Teleferro TV, here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.